Let your love.
I don't know I don't know what microphone I have. What is this?
You still sound good.
USB. No, it does not sound good.
It's always USB.
USB.
Why can I erase the default somehow?
There you go.
Oh,
and
wow.
welcome. Hey, Blasters, hang tight. It's just the three bras tonight.
Just the three of us.
Make it tight.
Three.
Hey, blasphemers, welcome to Simple Blasphemy, where we have the best times with the worst topics.
We're three friends that discuss everything and nothing, from wacky headlines to games and trivia. All subjects bizarre and risque are on the table.
Our weekly guests range from friends, musicians, and artists to professionals in a variety of industries.
We go live on Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Want to support the show? Join our Patreon. You can find it and more at www.simpleblasphemy.com.
So grab a drink and join it!
It's too late now. This is Simple Blasphemy.
Hey. Okay, Andy, that was a little close.
There's a dog barking in the background. So if I get up and I walk out, it's because the puppy's freaking out. Because as the intro was happening, my daughter sabotaged me with the dog.
Good evening, gents, all the way from Julio.
New Julio?
What a great episode that was, by the way.
Oh, yeah, we had a good time.
Welcome to the Simple Blasphemy podcast, all you blasphemers out there. My name is Zach Ward, and I have here with me always Andy's.
Oh, it's running behind.
Hey, let's see your armpit here real quick. What you got going? Oh, look at that. Wow.
You know what these are? These are fence muscles, baby.
Okay. And with me always, Mr. Zach Green, the green cleaning machine.
I'm gonna have to fucking excuse myself and take a piss sometime around the middle of this show.
The heavy.
I didn't have fucking
machine.
time to fucking pee before the fucking show. I got a fucking bladder full of fucking piss and vinegar.
Woo!
Ooh.
Okay.
That's
damn it.
all day.
That's truly delicious. Truly, truly, truly outrageous.
My phone fucking broke. My 5C finally died. I can't get anything off of it. I spent the fucking whole day since I got home from work trying to fucking fix it. It's dead in the water, and I got a fucking iPhone 8 now, and I fucking hate it. I hate it.
If only you
It
knew
makes
somebody
my
that
life
could help you
harder.
fix this stuff.
You know what's getting harder, Green? Okay.
All those projects, all those pictures of that guitar I was making out of a pallet are gone.
All right. Well,
I'm not even gonna fucking finish it now. Fuck it.
oh, you can. All the info about this show can be found at simpleblasphemy.com. And if you click that like, share, subscribe button, you'll receive 5 years of what this week, Andy?
The cast of killer clowns from outer space haunting your every waking fucking moment.
I mean,
You don't remember that movie?
Huh.
It's fucking terrifying.
okay.
All right, fine. If you like and subscribe, you'll get 5 years of getting teleported to a random place in the United States whenever.
Okay. That's awesome. No. Tonight we're going to try to, just because we actually started this podcast being three bros hanging out, and I'm going to try to do schedule just us three a little bit more often. And today is one of those days. But I will tell you this, folks, we have a juicy topic to talk about, and that is going to be
Butt juice.
Butt cheek.
that topic today is going to be our flat Earth
Damn it.
episode with
Yeah,
David
fucking
Weiss. And the reason why I want to talk about this is we are constantly still getting comments, messages, and we are now creeping into going to Mars with SpaceX, going to actually the moon with SpaceX, and
Antarctica with the Flat Earth Society.
and maybe Flat Earth hasn't even made it to the ice wall yet. There's a few things I'd like to say before we dive into this episode and see what you guys recollect and remember. But the one thing I could say was Dave was a pleasure to have as a guest. I mean, it was fun, and he
you couldn't piss him off.
no, he's a
You really
gentleman,
couldn't.
in my opinion, and I want to let everybody know too that he asked to be on our show. Like, we didn't sought him out to have some kind of clickbait episode or anything along those lines.
He was
And
completely unsourced. He sourced himself.
we were solicited, and it sounded like a great topic. And, you know, I proposed it to these guys, like, hey, do you guys want to do this or not? And everybody was like, well, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
hell yeah.
But at the same time, it was like propositioning somebody to go home with you at the bar and finding out they didn't have the set of genitals you were expecting.
Yeah, actually, I feel, yeah. I feel better.
That's neutral enough to, like, it doesn't make a difference. If you got home and you're like, hey, this is going to be a so-and-so, and you're like, this is not really a so-and-so.
So before we dive into some comments, and then we're going to watch the infamous Zach Green meltdown.
Oh, not
Oh,
again.
yeah, baby.
God damn it. That's how I fucking feel right now.
I know.
Actually, man.
Oh, wait a minute.
That
So you're
fucking...
looking for a sequel?
Yeah. So Green,
okay. All right. The fucking Earth's flat. How does that change my life right now? All right. I agree. It's flat. Oh.
Is everything fixed?
Oh my God.
Is everything better now?
I love the iPhone 8 now. I know exactly. It's better than the 5.
It's 1987. I'm happy.
and I'm in a DeLorean. Okay, so Zach, what did you expect from our Flat Earth episode? And then what were your, you know, just what your memories were from actually going through that episode with David?
It was my birthday, and I had like 5 or 6 or 7 margaritas.
And that's a drink, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember it was because of COVID, the inside was closed. So we had to sit outside and drink them. And so I don't know, maybe it really fucked me up somehow. But anyways, I watched a lot of his other podcasts on different shows, and I thought they were really thought provoking. I was listening to them when I was like working on my projects downstairs, and kind of philosophical dude, and you know, trying to look at the world and the universe in a different light. And I liked a lot of what he said and how he thought. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I think it was just my drinking and just me getting to the point where, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the Earth is flat. I don't know. Maybe it's round. I don't know. But how does it affect my life? And it's like he was saying that, like, as soon as I realized that it's A and not B, like, everything else in my life is going to fall into place, and I'm not going to be frustrated all the time because I'm constantly running out of fucking time. You know, maybe
Can't run in a circle when you're on a plane.
Yeah. Andy, did you have any expectations from before we actually had the episode?
No, I knew it was going to be ridiculous from my point of view. I didn't understand.
What do you mean by ridiculous, though, to be fair?
I'm pretty science-minded.
Okay.
I grew up watching science shows, and I grew up listening to people talk about how the Earth is round and how all the planetoids and satellites are round, and here's how hydrodynamics work and thermodynamics and all the avionics, all that shit, all the physics has been pretty much put out in front of me and believed every step of the way without question, because I have seen it happen. I have experienced it in real life. And I thought it was going to be just a spit in the face to all of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of walked in with an open mind too. I did a deep dive as well, and probably had at least 20 hours worth of watching different videos. And the one thing about his presentation was it was pretty consistently the same, with the exception of one podcast that he was on that was a religious-based one, and he had just more of like a small religious angle. But other than that, everything was kind of, it was the same thing per se. So I did reach out to him. I said, hey, listen, I do want to like dive into things other than what your typical show is, and explore a few things. That's why I was kind of pressing him on the religion thing. And then he kept coming back saying that, well, he doesn't affiliate himself with a religion, or he was kind of walking backwards from that.
That completely threw me for a loop. Is for somebody that, and because you had brought that up to me pre-show, and I was like, wow, so this is a God-fearing individual that still believes this. And I guess I shouldn't be surprised because I'm not necessarily a biblical scholar myself, or a biblical believer rather. But he kind of came in, and I got offended more than I thought that I was going to. And obviously, my emo face, as they put it on YouTube, said everything. But I was actually appalled at some of the shit that I heard. I'm not saying that dude's not a regularly good human being. He probably comports business very well. He probably does. He probably is a good person, takes care of whatever family members that are around him, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He does a really good job of that stuff. But when you really come down to it, dude, the Earth is not flat. Yeah, your literal worldview is a little linear.
That was actually pretty good. So here are a couple, this is recent comments. And if anybody can't get this, this is Andy, and the and E on his name means Andy, like Andy.
Ampersand E. Andy.
Nobody in any one of these chat in the comments has never said. I couldn't figure that out.
They
just
don't believe in extramarital characters. They don't believe in anything that's just not on the keyboard.
There you go.
Not pressed with shift.
It says E is a fucking victim. David Weiss is my god. This is from a week ago. That's the earliest one from our main video. We'll get to the other video shortly, but
Andy's a what?
I'm a victim.
E is a fucking victim. What does that mean to you when you hear this?
It means that David Weiss or one of his friends keeps getting on and adding more comments to the fucking feed because nobody else cares.
Okay. All right. The next comment was, why would they do this? Why wouldn't they do this? Is the counter question. Why? Gee, billions of dollars. No God. I wonder why. I don't even follow that.
I know.
Strain.
No, that sounds like pseudoscience to me. I am, well, you know what? I'm quite binary.
Wanda Dapro with the Shuasuta the Jutamach.
Ichuta solo. Ne wanawanga.
I did after the fact. I don't know if it was the next day or something. I did email him or his site or whatever. Try to email him personally. Like I do a lot of my guests that, like, if I get a little out of hand or I drink a little too much or get a little too off the cuff, I did apologize and say, hey, I've been drinking. It was my birthday, and I just apologize. That no disrespect, but a lot of times when I do email that or text that to people, they say, no problem, man, I enjoyed the show, blah blah blah, but I never got a response back from him. But that's probably because he's probably the biggest star we have ever had.
Yeah, he makes.
He's got a lot of people working for him, so they probably didn't translate it.
That we've seen. Just
all right. So
potatoes.
Here's another one. I'm there's so many comments towards Andy for some reason. I don't know why. I love how at least two of the guys are more willing to believe that aliens traveled light years to reach our realm, as opposed to them traveling from an extra territory. Again,
that's in support of me.
That one actually is slightly in support of you. And folks, plausibility, when you're talking about aliens and things like that, is it plausible in a very large scale universe? Possibly, right? I mean, it's possibly plausible.
Anything's possible.
Now, they're referring to an extra quote unquote territory. They're suggesting that the flat model is Build-A-Blocks, kind of like, you know what I mean? And there's just another Minecraft area over here. I'm not trying to be funny, it's just that's what I'm reading about it.
That's hilarious.
The E guy is getting triggered. I love it. Bring up COVID-19. Geez, wonder who he voted for.
I voted for Gary Johnson again, like the rest of you
envy
assholes.
these people. I really envy these people. They got something that they know. You know, they know for sure. They got this belief or this wisdom, and they're like, God damn it, I know this to be fucking true, and these guys are sadly mistaken. I really envy those people. I mean, they honestly. I'll be the first to say I don't know fucking shit. I can't even tell you exactly what is happening here, you know, in baseline reality, if it is even baseline. I don't even know. Like I always tell people, I could be in a coma somewhere in a hospital when I got hit by a car in 1987. I don't know.
One of these, you got hit by a DeLorean in 1987, and all of a sudden you're pulling a tube out of your throat in a pod in the middle of nowhere. And you know what? David Weiss, I really fucking hope that happens to me. I hope that one day I get hit hard enough in the head.
I do not.
And I really realize that, oh, crap, I was playing a video game the entire time.
No.
So I can say, oh, my God, they were right.
Let's do...
I'll never get it.
Here's another one. E is the dream idiot that every dictator dreams of, defending to the death old ideas and new evidences that present to him otherwise. It's almost sad to see humans like this. Great podcast otherwise. Andy, again, this is like a roast of you for some reason. What do you have to say to that? It's STANNER SSS bra. That says YouTube.
Suck my flat dick.
All right. Let's do one more.
Wait, I'm still looking at the camera for that person.
Does it girth have gravity?
Boom.
This guy, Night Seeking Sunrise, all his comment was Romans 1:19, God made it plan to them. That's God made it.
Sorry, with the second somebody said Bible, I stopped listening.
All right. Another person, YETIS Reese Man. The Earth is flat. Obviously, you can't catch a virus because your body was perfectly designed to expel toxins if ever ingested. You're welcome. Anyone can learn anything. It's just takes time and effort. Thanks, Dave. Always. What the fuck is that?
Is that the kind of dude that prayed for one of their kids that passed away? Because
that's like taking comments. That's like taking ideas and mixing them together. The Earth is flat, obviously, and you can't catch a virus.
I could be drinking Windex and still having the same fucking thoughts that I'm having right now.
Dave is awesome. No further comment on the show.
Dave, quit commenting on your own shit.
This is impressive, man.
Here we go.
I'm so happy that there's so much hate towards me because I will sit there the entire time and be like, please give me.
All right, this one's for Zach. This comes from Ben Jammin. That's BenJammim. Zach Green, you are amazing. The other guys need to catch up. Go finish that oil painting. That's the meaning of life. Doing what makes you happy.
I already did.
It isn't just the flat Earth they're lying to us about. It's nearly everything. That means everything. Everything.
I believe it. I believe it.
And they lie so that we never reach our potential. Most of us don't anyway. Of course.
They.
Andy, you don't know who they are?
I guess I don't know who they is.
The cabal.
I thought
they are them, or they.
Yeah,
are
I was gonna
these?
say. I think you can check a they on who I
know people who identify as they them. Is that who they are?
I think so.
I think
I would be so much happier if the people that identified as they them were actually in charge of this shit. I'd actually be willing to sit down instead of somebody who would say, "Well, you know what? They keep increasing the price of quarter pounders with cheese."
Hello, guys. I want to say to have Zach Green's baby. This is Chris, Zach's brother. Are you familiar with Speedo Skyo?
Yep.
So how do you feel like birthing a child, Green? Is your rectum prepared for such a?
Are you ovulating?
No, it's all just fucking dropping the water.
Ooh.
All right. Well, hold on. Go ahead. What do you want to say, Green? I'm sorry.
You know, when maybe Andy wants to know who they are. Maybe it's David Wilcock.
Will you come?
David Wilcock. I don't know. It's I don't know. Some guy
don't
that
wanna,
talks about the the man behind the curtain,
Yeah,
and
the
controlling
Wizard of
everything,
Oz, the
and
Illuminati,
how we're
the
right on the
Bilderbergs.
cusp of overthrowing that man behind the machine, and I don't know.
And again, as I said in the Dave Weiss special, we're going to call this a special. It's like the holiday special that Star Wars made.
This one's a special.
This is a special.
Yeah.
As I said to him, when people say stuff like that, they want to feel special. They want to feel like the alien came down and said, "You are the last starfighter. You are Luke Skywalker. You are here's your lightsaber."
Luke's wasn't his first name Luke Starfighter or something like that?
Star
Star
Killer.
Mm.
But there was a movie called The Last Starfighter where this guy that played arcade games, Zachary knows about this, all of a sudden, poof, you're like the most amazing thing in the world. Go be The Last Starfighter.
Was it
Everybody
that-
wants that.
Wait, there was 2 video games that ring in the bell with that. One was with that
Life Force.
Emilio
Estevez.
Yeah, playing the game, and then he was so good that the game fell apart in the end. But then there was another movie where like an alien race or something that needed help, like
The Last Starfighter.
yeah, is that what it is? And so they placed a bunch of these video games on
Yes.
Earth, hoping
Or-
that somebody
that
would
was
be
Last
good enough
Starfighter.
to,
Yeah.
master them
If
to
you
where it
solved
would
this
translate to
game-
actually getting into a starfighter and fighting a war.
All right.
Yes.
So, folks, at this point, we're going to play the clip where Zach Green
Oh, good. No,
has had enough. And again, if you haven't seen our Flat Earth
every
episode-
day.
if you haven't heard our Flat Earth episode or even Zach's rant, I have placed the links in the message in the description that
And-
you can click them. Go ahead, Green.
And I usually do, and then this is usually happens like once or twice a day for various reasons. Whether something gets, is pissing me off that I'm trying to fix, or something I'm trying to fix fucking shatters in my hand, or just a myriad of reasons why
Even if he's
I get
alone in the bathroom, he's still screaming that.
right. And most of the time it's at work for some reason, and that's way before anybody else gets there. So my rant just goes unheard, and it just filters off into the universe.
All right. So I do want to premise this just a little bit. This clip. Basically, David was trying to bridge a gap of meaning of life and Flat Earth, and Zach Green was basically asking. He started off like, "Why? Like, why? What are you talking about? What is this?" And this is here we go. This is the
Yeah, make
clip
it
from the
happen.
show. Here we go.
What's the question? I don't even understand it.
Why are we being deceived? Why the control? We've asked it a billion times.
Yeah, well, it's all about controlling your mind and make you think that you're a slave keep you as a working slave for the elite.
I'll tell you right now that football
David,
is
what
control.
am I doing here? What am I doing here? I don't want to fucking
Yeah,
be
I
here.
know.
I don't want to be here. I don't want to fucking wake up tomorrow morning and go to fucking work. I'd rather fucking go in my basement and paint my fucking stupid oil painting that nobody will ever fucking see, but it fucking means something to me. But I am fucking kept from that. The moment I come home from work, I am too tired to work on my painting, and I fucking go to bed and I start the whole process again. What am I doing here?
Yeah.
What am I doing here?
Okay. So what Zach is saying? What's the purpose for?
Seriously, it's like I'm in this repeating cycle, and it's just like I'm literally going mad. I am.
So let me rephrase this for Zach because you probably haven't seen
I
our show.
fucking hit my fucking desk and everything went flying. I'm
What
sorry.
What Green is basically
Oh,
saying
Jesus
is that
Christ.
if there's a master plan
Dude,
and we have it,
No, seriously, what? Seriously,
Hold on.
like, why
Hold
am
on.
I a puppet for somebody else?
Well,
literally,
you got to get over that.
leave
You
me
gotta
alone.
take your
Leave
power
me
back.
alone. Everybody,
Okay.
leave me alone.
So,
Oh, hey,
you want
hold
me to
on.
address the digging through
Seriously,
the.
somebody, I'm
the-
looking.
the-
I every day I
lower-
sit in my fucking hot tub. Every fucking night I sit in my fucking hot tub and I fucking look up at the stars and I fucking I don't care who I'm fucking to. I don't care who I'm fucking talking to. The sky gods, make believe. What am I fucking doing here? Why am I on a repeating fucking pattern? And nobody fucking ever fucking answers me. And it's the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over fucking again. I'm getting fucking tired of it.
Okay.
David, seriously, help me. Help
Green.
me. What am I
God
fucking
damn
doing
it, Green!
here?
I'm about to beat your asses. Hold on a second.
Seriously, what am I doing? David, seriously, what am I doing? What am I
Zach,
doing here?
all right,
I'm
Zach.
living on a planet right now that is literally going fucking crazy. What do I fucking do? Help
So,
me.
here's
Please
the problem.
help me. I
I'll tell
pray
you, I'll tell
every
you.
day for help. What do I fucking do?
Your
Please,
soul
please,
has a
please,
journey, and you've
help
been
me.
ignoring it. You haven't been listening to your soul, so you're
Okay.
lost. That's all. So,
Well,
do you want me to answer the question
Yes.
from the caller? So, the deepest hole ever dug is short of 8 miles. It's 7.
All right. So
At one point, when Zach was flipping his shit, David Weiss was waking up.
I think David started getting a piece of reality from, and Green. I know. Okay, let's be frank. Let's just be frank for a second. That was entertaining and it was heartfelt. It was genuine because we know you.
Everything I do is heartfelt.
Like everybody that has watched the show and enough knows the fact that it's heartfelt, right? But here's the problem. This is what I sidestepped. And yo, what's up? Derek from Myth Vision just chimed in.
Uh-oh.
He said your soul has a journey, and I decided not to go there.
I'm ignoring it, obviously.
Yeah, and first of all, you would have to
By
prove
design.
you would have to prove that souls are actually real first. You know what I mean? So when somebody says to you, your soul has a journey, and you're just not listening to it or whatnot, what do you say to that? What's your defense to that?
You know, I get easily distracted sometimes. Most of the time, you know, I get distracted in my own garage and in my workshop. I'll be working on something and then I'll see something and I'll start thinking about something else. And then before you know it, I'm over here doing something totally different and ignoring what I really should be working on. And that happens every day. I'm just a blade of grass in the wind. And who knows when that mower is going to come over top, but I'm just swaying in the wind, man. I don't know. Do any of us really have a purpose? I mean, a lot of times people in retrospect can look at this life or that life and say, wow, that person really, you know, had a purpose or really did some good that led to this and this and this. But I think a lot of people, and I think too many people get caught up in the idea that everybody does have a purpose, when I don't actually honestly think that's 100% true. I think sometimes we're just here just to be, you know, just swaying in the wind, you know, and I think a lot of people get caught up in these grandiose ideas of how they're going to change the fucking world and be fucking huge and be in history books and, you know, just save the world and stuff, when I don't think that's the case. I think a lot of times we might, you know, if we're lucky enough, put a couple smiles on a couple people in our short time here, and that is just fucking purpose enough.
And let me say something really quick, because you know, Derek just chimed in from Myth Vision, and in his whole thing of is a community that's growing of we are Myth Vision, and that's exploring these types of things, and he has a shit ton of new videos. I can't even believe how many videos he's been putting out lately that cover some of these topics and many other. The latest one I watched was the evidence for historical Jesus with Ian Mills. I do have a couple other ones, and people just want answers. You know what I mean? And an open, gentlemanly discussion. But see, that clip of you being super frustrated and just expressing yourself. I mean, the first thing he did was turn his advertisement on for his app. Did you notice that? Because there was nothing there. Green started getting into it, and all of a sudden it's like, boop. There's a QR code there, so that you can buy.
Too deep.
That was my purpose, man. Is push some product, man.
Yeah. Did David Weiss did he pay you for that? But
Let
now
me see your PayPal account. God damn it!
Now, if I can jump to the video comments for that clip, And again, folks, you can find the clip in the description of both the full episode. And here we go. One week ago.
Jesus.
1 week ago.
This has been forever ago.
A globe-tard chimp out, if I've ever seen one. Relax, man, and be happy on this flat earth.
I am, dude.
Okay.
But I can still get goddamn fucking frustrated.
And that's
eat my flat dick, dude.
I fucking I restored a fucking a charger, man, and even though I was super happy with it and proud of myself, I was still frustrated many fucking hours when I was doing it.
We had BOWSHOCK Galaxy, not funny, annoying. You just helped David, idiot.
What?
Is that David idiot or there wasn't?
Yeah, that's not a nice thing to call your god.
I know that wasn't a
Your
comma.
flat Earth god.
What? I don't understand what's he saying that.
I think that he's trying to insult you, but he probably doesn't have the grammatical skills to do it correctly.
It's fine. I'll be the first
All right.
to call myself an idiot. That's
Here's another
perfectly fine with me.
Right.
Here's another one.
Welcome to Simple Blasphemy Podcast, idiots.
This is where idiots hang. Now from TNGUYEN.
The next
And
generation.
it says,
what?
think about this. Why is there still a debate? No one can explain how we are rotating on an axis at a mph, miles per hour, orbiting the sun at b mph, spiraling along with the sun, c mph, all while spinning on the outer edge of the Milky Way galaxy, at x mph, being pulled along the Milky Way galaxy around the universe.
What?
At y, this is hold on, I'm almost done.
Me too.
Y mph, as the universe is expanding at z mph, but yet the stars in the sky, oh, I had to hit read more, this is a long one, doesn't change after year. That's actually not true. That stars do change, and the Hubble telescope has already proven that we are expanding. So this person clearly hasn't looked into that.
Also, in parentheses in your dumbass algebraic equation that you just put out, you're a fucking idiot. I don't even know math at all, and that dude's like A, B, X, Y.
I mean, to be fair, it does sound like the new story problems that a sixth grader has. That's really difficult for parents like
If
me.
a flat earther leaves the internet at 300 megabits per second, how much more intelligent will this sector of the internet get?
But then again, and I'm horrible in math.
All right.
But no, really quick. But the idea of movement, I don't think we would ever fully be able to comprehend it. I mean, maybe math wise, some really smart people, but I mean, just take for instance, like if you were in a fish tank, a really huge fish tank, or like you say you were a fish and you're in a fish tank and you're in a car that is going 70 miles an hour, and the whole is that fish aware of that he's going 70 miles an hour? I just he's in his own like separate like little
reality
that is based on a different medium than the air in the cabin of the car that is going, against the. I don't know. It can get really confusing. I mean,
the idea that somebody our size, the size of an ant, because of our physiology, our biology, if I were to put my foot down really close to you, it would practically explode our bodies.
Yeah.
We would be dead, if not deaf completely, based on me doing that. But an ant goes and then takes off and does his thing because he's built for that size. He is built for that.
Right. And an ant can fall off a skyscraper and not fucking die when it hits the ground.
Because of the relativity of our Earth.
It's the surrounding.
And when David Weiss said that gravity was just a theory,
I don't know.
It's not a theory, it's a law.
So I heard that our satellites that in orbit are just a lie, and I heard that nuclear, like our nuclear missiles and stuff are just a lie and not real too.
All right, hold on a second.
The
Mark
evidence.
Weighell Says 3 unpleasant guys with closed minds, including one who thought he was being cool and edgy by shouting and yelling.
I
whistling,
never,
having some
never,
narcissistic.
ever come on that show thinking I'm fucking cool.
Boy, and I can actually put towards that. Zach Green is the realest fucking A to B that you can get. So no, there's nobody trying to be fucking edgy. I am the edgiest one of us. And suck my flat dick.
All right. So
Seriously, it looks like a pancake.
someone said do a follow-up with Dave, and then this is like right after the show, and I replied, Dave was a gentleman. Everyone that follows him does not seem to follow that lead.
Mm-hmm.
The FE needs the flat earth people need to demonstrate proof of its model, including the ice wall. Once that is achieved, we can move forward with the conversation. Until then, it is just an argument without evidence while dismissing the globe people's evidence.
And that's what you said?
That's what I said to him, yeah.
Oh my God.
Was that good?
Yes, I think that was very good.
Then the guy came
And
back
I'm
and
not
said,
just one of the guys that are going on there and commenting, or also him going on and commenting to somebody else. I mean that as a completely separate person.
yeah, then he came back and said, you make it sound like everyone can freely roam anywhere. Control the outer limits, Antarctic Treaty, and up is all that needs to be accomplished. Someone else said, so we have to have a model to prove there's no curve. You're a clown. It's obvious why this channel has so few followers. That actually might be correct.
That's correct. But at the same
You're
time,
100% correct, my man.
Can you tell me why we care? Also, I will gladly take whatever Patreon money that we have that would ever come to me in order to pay for enough balloons to float David Weiss's ass above so he can see the fucking termination point.
We'll get to that in just a second, by the way.
Oh, really?
Well, we're going to cover that. Again, simple blasphemy. It's not an ice wall, Game of Thrones. There has been a ton of pictures and videos taken of Antarctica's ice shelf. What do you think Operation High Jump was all about? And I stopped commenting at this point, by the way, because yeah. Someone else said, can you point me to a specific article or paragraph in the Antarctic Treaty that keeps you from actually going to Antarctica? You can literally book a cruise there. Okay, this is in our favor. And that is actually true. Both crossed the continent. 2 people both crossed the continent of Antarctica without any help.
They were all flat earthers.
Except for that one guy. He was actually in our defense.
No, I'm just saying that the people that crossed the Antarctic shelf were they're flat earthers. Whatever, they just proved it.
So anyway, that's just a small portion. And again, folks, you can run through and read them. It is frustrating.
It's so frustrating.
The one thing that's tough is, like when we've had a lot of cool thinkers on this podcast. We've had, Derek from Myth Vision. We've had Tom Jump. We've had Anthony from
Julio,
and just good
we've
thinkers.
Had some really good people on here.
And we turn to the science people. You look at who are the greatest minds. And what is the scientific consensus? And that's the key term that everybody has to think about. Scientific consensus.
Also known as peer review.
Peer-reviewed scientific
empirical data that is peer-reviewed that everybody can agree on, that a bunch of smart people that have not been proven to be idiots all agree on.
Again, it's not so much agree on per se. It's just that they can't shoot holes through it, per se. So for all the flat earth people, please consider that the scientific consensus, especially with everything that's going, I mean, Andy, Zach, did you guys see the Virgin space trip that they literally flew the spacecraft for the first time? Well, this is the 3rd time they have attempted it. Virgin, the people that make airplanes, are going to be able to take people up into space, out into space, and then come back down. They just had a manned thing filmed.
That's cool as fuck. Okay.
And if you look at, I don't have the video prepared because I don't know. We've been getting copyright problems with grandson and stuff, so I didn't want to put more videos up that we didn't have permission
we need
for.
to tell Jordan that they're screwing with us.
I heard it.
But they literally, and if you watch the video, go check it out. They literally is a rocket that goes. It's an airplane rocket. It looks like you could have one day have passengers in the back into space, and it goes up like this, and all you see is this. I mean, it's literally a curve. Folks, okay, let me rephrase this. Green Andy. SpaceX just got granted the whatever $1 billion because their technology with reusable, renewable rockets has granted them preference over every inexpensive preference to
This
take
is the one we're going with. Yeah.
We're going up to before it was somebody else, but they re-granted it to SpaceX because it's affordable and they're taking people to the fucking moon like in a couple years. What's your guys' thoughts?
Green, go ahead. I want you.
I
want you, baby.
Is this something we could pay for David Weiss to
listen? One of my things I've always thought about ever since I was a little kid is how fucking cool it would be to sit on the moon and glance back at Earth.
Me too.
What a fucking
cool!
Oh my
Damn!
God! What?
I think about that a lot. Just that vision, that scene.
It's like looking out onto the
know?
ocean, but it's like a complete macrocosm of looking out onto the
Right.
ocean. I'm looking out onto the fucking galaxy now.
Right. And I don't want like I said before, what David was on, and I've listened to a lot of podcasts with him on, that I felt very intriguing and kept my attention, and and then he gets on our show, and I feel bad that I'm fucking drunk and I go off on one of my tangents, and then it was kind of like maybe a bad show, or maybe it wasn't. I don't know,
No, it was
but
a great
I have
show.
no
It was
ill
a great
respect for
bad
him
show.
or his followers. And I can't say for 100% like I know without a doubt that this is this and this is. I don't know. But if I had a bet on it, if I had to bet my life, like, hey, two choices: Earth flat, Earth round. Your life depends on it. I'm gonna go for the round, but that doesn't mean that I know more than you or you know more than me. It's just,
It's does
it's
God
just what it
does
is.
God
I don't
exist?
claim
Does God
that
not exist?
know
It's the same
anything,
thing.
but whatever.
Well-
if it's pyramid, if it's flat, if it looks like a fucking turd, I still want to sit on the moon and look back on Earth.
So
I want to see
what I
the
wanna
turf
do.
for myself.
the one thing I like about you, Green, what you're saying is at least you don't want to like run around in circles about it.
I don't want to
Sure.
walk around in circles.
Andy,
Repeating cycle.
we're going to the moon. Is there any way that do you think we should take one of these flat Earth, like the head Earther flat person, the flattest Earth player? How do you even say
the
it?
flattest Earth person in the world?
I mean,
The most flat.
we're not gonna. No, don't go there. No,
Nope.
Just would you suggest that if we had a GoFundMe, the Virgin trip that goes out into space is, I think it's $250,000 for a ticket for an hour drive. They fly you up, you go in outer space, you go back down.
How
Is that
many
a
nerds-
Yeah, is that a GoFundMe that would it end this?
Can
thing?
you think about all the people? So let's think about the marketing for a second, really quick. You're going to take all the people that have always wanted to go to the moon or always wanted to go and see the termination point, and you're giving them the opportunity to do it for the amount of money that deflates their overall income for inventing whatever cloud system that they have or whatever processor that they were working on or whatever like app they ever made. This is how we get back at you, nerd. Come up here. Let's take a look at let's sit on the moon and look at Earth. And even the most basic people like us, as compared to them, are going to still say, man, I would still love to go up to the fucking moon. God, I would love to go do something like that. Yeah, there's no question. I would totally do it. It's not like getting in a helicopter. It's
Would
like,
you chip in?
Yes.
Yeah,
Easily.
I would too.
Easily. But I would only chip in if A, I was on the flight, or B, there was a camera on the dude's face the entire time. Because the second they
B's
reach
cheaper.
that point, and I see his face turn pale white, and he realizes that everything that he is ascribed to, whatever you want to say, is a double lie because he thought that the thing that happened before was a lie, and he found out that that lie was a lie. I would love to see that.
I'm not so much getting any type of not even accolades. It's just, it would be nice to put some ideas to rest. Not even theories. Just let's put these to rest.
We just get rid of it because it's a waste of somebody's money.
It is. Like, if you look at how much time people have wasted saying so many negative things towards us, which I think we were still pretty nice about the whole fucking thing. Like, we never, none of us told him once, you're completely wrong. We didn't challenge him.
I wanted to.
Yeah, like, I thought we were
negative,
pretty gentleman towards that. So GoFundMe, we started up. We get the head earther Flatty guy, and we put him on the thing, and then
We're
just
gonna call him Flatty Guy from now on.
Flatty guy.
Hello, Flatty Guy.
And he comes down, he lands the plane, whatever, or spacecraft, and we say, okay, how flat did it look? And I still think he's gonna
say no flatter than your mom, and then laugh and walk away because that's where they're at.
Yeah, I think they'll still deny it. The thing that's really bizarre is we have these rockets. We have a video camera, like, watching it take off and go up into the sky.
There's no such now they have you can't do real-time effects.
And now they have cameras where they're on the ship pointing down, so you can, like, there's 3-4 cameras going off at one time. When we get a space station actually on our moon, you'll probably have another point of reference.
God, how fucking cool will that be?
Oh, we see.
I would have one open all the time. So
really
here's what
quickly,
the moon's seeing.
okay.
I don't care if it moves. I don't
really
care if
quickly.
It does anything.
I'm so sorry to put another topic in here. I'm looking into getting the internet service from Elon Musk, and because it's available here, Starlink, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And
this is a third world.
A lot of people are complaining because it's like, well, we're dumping a fuck ton of satellites in low orbit, whatever, which is whatever. The nice thing about the satellites is, though, they do kind of burn off and go, into the atmosphere when they're done, rather than just having a whole bunch of, like, cables and shit underground and actually ruining the earth, in my opinion, in some way, shape, or form. But I digress with that. If we take people and we start putting bases on Mars, because I'm sorry, not Mars. Well, we are, but bases on the moon first.
On Mars.
Bases on the moon. We don't need a Hubble telescope per se. We need one on the moon.
Yes, because there's no atmosphere to get in the way of actually. God, can you imagine?
Can you?
No, not at all.
That's where we need to do our.
Maybe they haven't, because
flat Earth.
You can't get to the moon.
Because it's flat.
Because it's a disc in the sky.
Because supposedly that there's another species on there that says
they're called Nazis. That's not.
Can't say that. Yeah.
No, you can. I can say Nazis.
Really?
Yeah. Indiana Jones punches some Nazis. Indiana Jones melted some Nazis. Man, Indiana Jones will fuck up some Nazis.
There's this one thing I read that I forgot what astronaut supposedly said it, but when the lunar lander hit the moon, it went through so many inches of dust, but when it hit the actual planet, that one of the astronauts, and I don't know where I read this, man. I mean, this can't be. I read it somewhere, but it rang like a bell, suggesting that the moon is like I don't want to say man-made, but is made by a species, and that there's an even bigger theory that said that was actually some type of transportation ship that actually transported like some type of planetary population here. I mean, there's
So
all
wait a
these
minute,
fucking
from
there's
when
all
Mars
these fucking crazy
died.
theories. I don't. Who knows? But I mean, that's one of the things I read somewhere. And supposedly one of the astronauts said, "Oh yeah, when the lunar lander leg hit the fucking moon, it rang like a bell." And you know, you read these things, you take everything with a grain of thought because you're just like, I wasn't there. I don't fucking know. But
think
it's
about
really
how-
intriguing and all the fucking stories and shit like that.
How ashy and how dusty the moon is reported to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then
2 feet of dust, maybe.
Yes. So it technically burned out. And then look at like Jupiter's got how many moons? Tons of moons. So let's say that these moons, this is more believable than flat Earth, by the way, everybody. All these moons are the inhabitant crafts that got people to where they were going. But they would.
You could say that, but the problem is you're saying things without any evidence. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
just
no
let that gray matter just fucking just.
There's no reason. We have no reason to even believe or think that that's even a possibility.
You're
right,
correct.
but sometimes I mean you're just sitting around and you can just let your mind wander.
I
and shit
think
like
that a bunch
Let
of
your
stoners.
love
That's it. I heard Neil Diamond was actually the guy that piloted the moon. Too.
He said, "I wrote this song on the back of a Dixie cup based on my undying hatred of immigrants on the boats and on the planes.
Oh man,
we're coming to America."
Andy's house.
You know, to be fair, he never specified which America.
Today,
I'm just saying, he didn't specify.
we're going to South America.
Andy Clark.
We're going to Ontario, Canada.
Today.
I was just.
That's
all I wanted.
Is that one of the songs you do, Ward, at Put in Bay? when the tampons are flying.
Our listeners should know that Zach Ward does the finest Neil Diamond I have ever heard in my life.
I have to agree. Andy Green, final thoughts on our flat Earth episode. Andy?
No, man, it was frustrating. I found myself angry for a while afterward, and I suppose that David and his followers should take a little bit of victory in that, because I don't want to say I'm not easily fettered like that, because I do get pissed off. I don't let people know in such cathartic fashion as Zach Green does. I don't like to do that because I hurt afterwards. I think Zach Green's got more resilience than I do. But no, I got really, really, really frustrated, and I was like, wow, why are people like this? This is dumb. Why are people dumb? I don't necessarily think that David Weiss is dumb, though. I think that I believe that people make their own decisions, and sometimes the majority of the population thinks those decisions are incorrect.
All right. Green, what's your final thoughts on
I dig listening to other podcasts that he frequents, and he's said a lot of things that has really kind of blown my mind and has inspired me, you know, in different ways of thinking. And I no ill will to him or his followers, not at all. I just, you know, sometimes, you know, you end up, at least around me, and shit just is a fucking train wreck, man. And
keep it on the tracks. I think you are the tracks.
I'm or the train wreck. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, no, I mean, I don't know. I don't. Hey, it's flat. It's round. Who gives a fuck? It doesn't change anything, man.
Almond Joy's got.
I mean, is this the first time?
Mounds don't.
Yeah, I mean, is this a revelation that people are lying to us? I mean, shit, man. We grew up in a fucking world where everything from our fucking childhood friends to sometimes our fucking parents, everybody lie.
All
sometimes
lies.
it's little white lies, sometimes it's big lies, you know, from the government to your grandma. It's just a swirling of fucking lies. So who the fuck cares about that?
God,
it's about
thanks,
the fucking
Grandma.
relationships that we have with each individual. And it's
I'm doing this again.
hey, who cares?
I'm actually.
Who cares if the planet, Earth and the moon are shaped like two turds? Who fucking cares?
Hey, by the way, I attempted to secure the Flat Mars domain, and apparently someone already did it, which
of course,
David Weiss.
sucked. Because I did attempt to try to do that, but somebody else.
The second
Hey,
people
isn't
get to
heaven
Mars and
flat?
look at it, and then the Earth turns around really quick to get the flat view.
Yeah.
Isn't heaven
Heaven's-
supposedly flat?
Clouds are.
I'm supposed that heaven isn't too far away.
So anyway, a couple different things here, folks. I'm gonna try to reach out to David and see if he would like to do a follow up. If you guys, or do you
Jesus
think it's
Christ.
pointless, or do you guys want to do it?
No. You do
don't
it,
care.
but you get control to mute my mic.
Okay.
Because every
Number
once in a
two.
while
This
I
is gonna be a
start-
good show, man. I'm gonna
Yeah, if I
He
start
may or may
fucking-
not do
make
it.
some popcorn for it.
Number two, because
fucking
you know what?
cunt.
How about this? What I will do is I'll get a hold of David. I'll send him an email that we had the email response for. I will say, hey, the topic for discussion is Mars. We want to talk to you, who's a flat Earth person, about all of the things that are happening in Mars and the moon. Let's put the flat portion of Earth aside, because they didn't say Mars was flat and they didn't say the moon was flat.
Could
Can we
Moderate.
talk about that?
would you moderate that to where we could stop? I'm fully letting myself go. If I start going off, you can stop me, you can mute me. I don't give a shit. Same thing for him though.
Well, we'll do that. I'll do an honest reach out, and the chances of that actually happening probably are pretty
Nil.
small. But I will do
I
that
need-
this week.
Who was the guy? Who did we have on? We had him on like 3 or 4 weeks ago. He argued.
The guy the debate guy.
Yeah, the debate
Oh,
guy.
Tom
Another
Jump.
guy I wrote to after the show and apologized to.
Tom
But-
Jump.
Was that Tom Jump? I
Yeah.
would drop Tom Jump in this and let him.
All right.
I will be in the show, but he should take my place.
All right.
Because
I'll see.
I want that. I want it.
If-
I want. Oh God, I want that.
How about David Weiss and Andy Dick?
All right. So I again, folks. Thanks for hanging
Phil
out.
Hartman.
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I'll be honest with you. We've just had
Come
so
on, I
many.
just open this, people.
So many comments and views of our flat Earth episode, and then a video shortly after that, just with Zach Green's rant. Again, you can find those links in the description here on this video. Other than that, I don't know, dude. I really liked the conversation. I thought it was a productive conversation with.
It reminds
with
me of
David?
old days.
It
I
didn't.
thought you were talking about us. Sorry.
No,
Yeah, me
well,
too.
No,
well, no,
Damn, what
it
a
was
dick.
definitely a productive conversation tonight. But yeah, I mean, I think that there's a small part of me being a skeptic that really wants to take evidence, like doing a GoFundMe and taking David Weiss on a trip out of the, into space, and then saying, okay, well, what is
Jesus
that?
Christ, I hope we all live long enough to see that.
I
To make that happen.
know!
Seriously. No, I want to do that. Like, I want to look back at this one day. I'm going to wave my hands like this and say, Andy, holy shit, you guys were right.
No,
Because I'm going to send David Weiss to space.
hey, I part of me is agreeing with you. The other part isn't the fact that I just want to take somebody and rip them of their beliefs and saying, I'm sorry you were an idiot for so long. I'm glad you came out of that. I don't want to be that guy. It's just I just want to close that chapter and move on to the next book so we can move forward as a society.
what would you do, Ward, if we took him up to space and we found a way to make it happen? And what happened was,
I would say, are we cool?
Earth was flat.
I would fully
What
admit-
would you do?
Well, there's many times I took a woman home that she had a Wonder Bra on, and I was disappointed because the Earth was flat there too.
But
So
that's not a real disappointment. That's not
I
a
just
real
roll with it. Like, whatever. Who cares?
Uh-oh,
But-
we got flat guys in the chat.
Oh,
Hi, it's flat guys. Space is fake. Oh no.
Pancakes.
Um.
Thank God we're done with this.
Maybe it is. I
So
don't know.
next week, folks, Amanda has a triumphant return.
Good.
It's already been a month.
I got it.
2
it's been more
actually.
than that.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
we have
she's
missed her.
skipping.
Time
I
is
don't know
flying.
anything about Pineville anymore.
So we'll have Amanda back on. I'm sure I'll have a game prepared, 1 or 2 for us. It's just gonna be a bros hanging out with our gal pal from Louisiana.
She's a bro. It's fine.
And lastly, I reached out to Kane and see if we can get Kane back on. Zach,
He's gone through some rough stuff.
yeah, Zach has a buddy that we're going to try to get on. If anybody, we're kind of at this point, we'd love to meet some new people. And if anybody's even listening to this and thinks that they want to come on and hang out, even if it's part of a show, it doesn't have to be the whole show. We're kind of in a limbo. I feel like I booked so many people from January till at least a week ago that it's like, I mean, we had Reeves from The Cure. We've had Jordan from Grandson. I mean, like, Jesus Christ, I can't fucking keep doing this. I gotta chill out.
We're in off season right now because everybody we usually talk to, I'm sorry, they're on tour because they're doing stuff and things are important now. So it's fine.
My buddy Des Rocks he just launched his first headlining tour, which I met him opening up for Grandson. I mean, there's a lot of music stuff happening, so the music thing's probably going to start to slow down until the winter time. However, we want to dive into the space thing. We want to dive into worldviews and challenging them and talking about them, ours and yours too. So that's how we're going to be moving forward. A couple quick shout outs. Again, Myth Vision, Derek, thank you so much for hanging.
Thanks.
Normalizing Atheism was in the chat today. That's a group that I enjoy following and having conversations with. Okay.
Or hey, Speed Cycle, if you ever want to fucking get on, there's a fucking million things that you can fucking talk
there we
about.
Go. And then we had this guy just comment. I heard about a really great guy called One-Eyed Willie. Oh, fuck yeah, Goonies.
Oh, I'm sorry, Goonies.
Stop. That was Willie's.
That wouldn't be
Is that no?
I'm
No,
not.
that's it.
Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop all my head.
That's the show, folks. Thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. We'll be back.
Please leave at the exits.
We'll be back to next Tuesday with Amanda.
Don't forget to speaker.
Don't forget to poop your pants.
Like, subscribe. Who cares? Whatever. We'll see you next week.
Oh, that's.